back to our shamanic journey. I hope everybody's having a great week. And nice to see everybody here. And for the people who wind up joining me and all of us during the week, I appreciate that. Hopefully the information that we journey to and the information that I speak about gives you some insight into your life and gives you the opportunity to find out a little bit more about the things in your life that you can better understand and better use to proceed in your life. So today we're in a place where we're transitioning from one season to the next. If you're on the Northeast, obviously the weather has been beautiful. Recently for myself, I just wanted to pass along. I think I might have put it on YouTube, but over the last month or so, I was walking through a park or a nature area that I walk through, and along my journey came a garter snake, but it came right in front of me, and it happened numerous times within the last month, right by my feet. And for me, initially, it was like I was walking, and all of a sudden, I looked down, and it was there. So those types of synchronicities that exist when we walk through nature and we are not really paying attention too much, but we're just in a state of almost receptivity, where our mind is kind of quieted, and then we're more open to nature and the spirit world. And for me, it was about transformation, seeing the snake shedding its skin, about healing, about finding ways of moving into the future, and dissolving a lot of the pain that exists from the past and that grief into transmuting it into something positive. So we all have that capacity to do that. So it's important, like when you're walking around, just look up in the sky, look at the ground, and see what you may find or what crosses your path. Today, what I'd like to discuss is our journey to find our future self. So it's not a separation of who we are, but more so it's a continuum of who we are and what we want to basically create for ourselves. But really creating for ourselves requires us to go a little bit into the past, only to see what thought forms that we create or have that interfere with our ability to move forward, whether it deals with financial, whether it deals with relationships, whether it deals with taking care of ourselves. All of these aspects of ourselves are, good morning, Christabel, are very important for us to be able to move forward. But in order to move forward, as I said, we have to understand some of the ways we think, because our thinking creates really our future. What we think about will create what will take place, whether it's positive or negative. And so from my point of view, it's so important to see some of the pre-existing emotions that we have regarding certain things, conflicts that exist, whether, as I said before, for example, if it's financial, if a person has a fear of spending money, or actually earning money, or the value of money itself. It has to do a little bit with us being able to be deserving of creating, of worthy of receiving, receptivity. So it's important for us to dissolve a lot of the things in terms of what we want to create for our future. And naturally, it's easy to say something about what we'd like to do. It's another thing to actually pursue it and dive into that energy. Nonetheless, what we really want to do is we want to, it's almost a manifestation, right? So we want to create ourselves and manifest ourselves into a positive light. And how do we do that? The first thing is to remove any types of conflicts that deal with the specific things we're looking for. That's number one. Number two, we want to put ourselves in the energy as if it already happened. So in other words, if you want a specific job, you want to see already that you have that job, that you're in the energy of it, what it feels like. If you live in a certain place, you want to actually feel like you're actually living there. So it's important to create the feeling as if it already happened and as if you're already in that position. That's very important. So when we're going to drum today, we're going to go into the energy of finding what our future self is. In other words, We can surrender to the fact of what we see in this journey, right? And we're not going to try to manipulate it by creating any positive manifestations at this moment. But let's see what you get just as we drum into that journey, and see what comes to mind and what comes up for your future self. And if it resonates with you, then obviously you're going to want to keep that going. But if it doesn't resonate with you, then there are things that I just mentioned before I'm talking about this now that you can incorporate to try to create a future that isn't only fate, which means that we just accept what comes, because we have the ability to create. So first thing today is we'll do the journey, and through that journey you'll see what your future self looks like, okay? And with that information, you could then move forward during the day, during the week, during the month, during the year, to see what you want to do in order to maintain that or to change that. And we all have the capacity to do that, because our thoughts are very powerful. The power of manifestation is incredible, and we can go wherever we want to go, and we can become whatever we want to become, as long as we don't get in our own way. All right, so let's go on a journey. And we're journeying to find our future self, and whatever that may be, or whatever that looks like. Okay, so I'd like everybody, if you're operating heavy machinery or you're driving hard, to not do that. I'd like you to then, when you can relax, just take a deep breath in and exhale. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Take one more deep breath in. Longer exhalation. And let's go on our journey. We enter this beautiful park. Open field as we enter. There are mountains on both sides, left and right. And we feel the security of the mountains by us, almost as if two pillars protecting us. Up ahead in the distance is a forested path. We walk forward thinking about who we are at this moment. What defines us? But as we enter the forest, the energy of it somehow dissipates any tension or anxiety we feel. And we take a deep breath in and continue walking. As we walk further, there's a stream ahead. Very narrow, but the capacity for us to go right over it. And so we jump over that little stream. We continue on our path. As you leave the forested area, there's a lake with crystal clear water. You can see very deeply into the water. You look around. continue on to your left. Your feet crunching on the leaves that are fallen from the tree. And the leaves that are falling now. It's almost perfectly carved for you to sit on. And you take a seat. And the path is very close to this lake. And so you sit and look into the water again. You see the reflection of the sky. Then you look deeper, and out of the water comes an animal. What animal do you see? This animal comes to the very edge of the lake to look at you. And you ask it, what does my future self look like? Listen. You ask it as it pertains to the subject you're interested in. Shows you images. And speaks to you about this. You see how you feel from this information. You take a deep breath in. And you close your eyes. And you open them, and the animal disappears. Looking deep into the water, you receive this information that you can take with you. You stand up and realize what you need to do. And you walk along the path alongside the lake. Forward, and you make a right turn back onto the path that takes you over that little stream, and you jump over it. And you follow the wooded path with the trees to left and right of you. As you walk further, reach the border between the forest and the open fields. And you turn around and thank the forest. And you turn around and continue on your path, where the left and right of you are two mountainsides. On the right, as you walk out, is a big boulder, and you go towards it. You put your hands on it, and the energy of the boulder blends with your own. And you leave any negative energy behind as the boulder absorbs this. You thank it and continue on your path out of the park. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Take one more deep breath in and exhale. Move your hands, move your fingers, move your toes. And when you're ready, you come back into the room. Okay, I want to thank you for joining me this week. Hopefully you're able to take some of the information you received and use it for your advantage. And if you're on the right path of feeling that you are representing your true self and the ability for you to manifest your future self are in line, then keep up what you're doing. And if you need to go back, try to go back a little bit into your past to see what belief systems need to shift. And by doing that, you can then wake up in the morning and turn your words into a more positive light and create your future, because your thoughts and your words and your actions, right, all will determine your future possibilities. But your thoughts have a tremendous amount of echoing potential. And by echoing potential, I mean the ability for you to think, leave your physical body as a quantum wave, and return to you. So in other words, we get what we think. We get what we reflect back, what we're thinking, whether our actions, the things that come to us, the people that come to us, the situations that come to us. So we can create our future self. All right, I want to thank you for joining me today. Please check out my check out my Patreon page. Also check out my my Adam Gell Universal Healing, my website. If you're interested in Akashic record reading or any shamanic work, you can reach me there. And hope you have a great day. And thank you for joining me. Thank you, Christabel. Okay.